93.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
We get a lot of emails into the show for second date updates, and sometimes you read them and you're like, okay, that's a bad scenario for a first date. But I think the email that we got today is probably the worst scenario I've ever heard.
Whoa.
And I don't even know what happened on the date. It just said, I need your help. Something went very wrong in a cooking class.
Why is that such a bad scenario?
Think of all the things that could have gone wrong. I don't know what could have gone very wrong in a cooking class, but yeah, she cut off the guy's hand.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Her name is Amber, and she's on the phone right now to do a second date update. What's up, Amber? Is everybody still alive from your date?
Yeah, everyone's still alive. But before we get into that, there's actually something I need to tell you.
Okay.
You probably don't remember, but you and me hooked up at a party a long time ago.
Whoa.
Who, me and you?
Yeah.
Of course she did. Her name's Amber.
Yeah, it was cool going away party, and it was just late, and everyone pretty much had left, and we were drinking, and we messed around, and it was good. Like, I have fond memories.
Wait.
All right.
Are you calling for a second date with Jubal right now? Because that's what it sounds like.
No, ironically enough, no, that's not it. I just wanted to tell it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm surprised that you're dating at all, because usually after an evening with me, especially after I've been drinking, you pretty much give up the dating scene because you know it's never going to get better.
No, come on. You weren't that bad.
Oh, thank you. Dude, that's high praise. All right, well, it's nice to
You
talk
weren't
to you
that
again,
bad.
Amber. I think I kind of remember that evening, and
He doesn't.
yeah, not really, not at all. But Amber, even though I don't remember, it's nice to talk to you again.
Well, it's nice to talk to you, too, but it's okay. I honestly didn't think that you'd remember. I mean, you were pretty drunk, so it's okay. I forget.
Dude, you're cool, Amber. I feel
Yeah.
like you should have dated her, Jubal. You made a mistake there.
Well, no, I'm surprised we didn't have like a 6-year-long relationship. That's how usually one-night stands go for me. But anyway, tell us about the guy you do want to call today.
Okay, I'm calling about a guy. His name's Richie, and
Okay.
I met him on a dating website.
Okay, is it going to be awkward when we call Richie and tell him all about your one night with the Jubal flag?
I mean, actually, I would be shocked if he picked up the phone because he won't pick it up when I try to reach him.
Or is it going to be awkward when I get super jealous when I get him on the phone? So what happened on your date? You said you took a cooking class and something went really wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it started out awesome. Like, a cooking class is, like, so different, you know? It's not the normal dinner and a movie or whatever. So I was already impressed by this guy.
Oh, he's the one that came up with the idea even.
Yeah, he planned the whole thing out. And
Sweet.
it was a cooking class to learn lasagna, which ironically is, like, one of my favorite foods. So that was great.
Oh my God. So already you're clicking with this guy. You haven't even got on the date with him.
Exactly. So it's, like, a really cool, fun date. And we're having a great time, you know, having some wine, learning how to cook. And about halfway through, he excuses himself to go to the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
He never returned. Like, just
What?
totally dipped out.
Are you serious?
In the middle of the cooking class, he just left.
Yeah. And I mean, it was like a couple's cooking class. So I'm here with my wine all by myself, looking like an idiot.
Dude, that's like the worst place to be ditched because everybody sees you there. You're with your partner and you're learning to do something with somebody else and then they just leave you hanging. At least in a restaurant, you can pretend.
Yeah, no, there was even like another guy that asked me, he was like, do you want me to like go in there and check on him and make sure he's not like
Oh,
getting
my
sick or
God.
something? So, I mean, everybody knew. It was mortifying.
Oh my,
Totally.
so sorry.
I'm guessing you're angry.
I'm pissed. Like,
Yeah.
I literally am furious.
Did you text him after, like to check on him, or did you just
Oh,
figure he ditched you
I
and screw him?
blew his up. Like, I have been calling and texting and emailing. I mean, I have been trying to get a hold of him, not even to, like, have a second date. I just want to, like, tell him how I feel and, like, give him a piece of my mind.
And you can't think of any reason why he would have left.
No. I mean, I thought the date was going great. We were having really good conversation. You know, we were laughing. He was, like, trying to be cute and, like, throwing flour at me. And, like, it was a total, like, romantic movie date.
You didn't see him, like, check his phone or he didn't get a phone call beforehand. I'm just trying to think if there's any way that's, like, some sort of emergency that came up.
I mean, he did check his phone a couple times, but it was totally normal, like the way anybody checks their phone. It wasn't
Right.
like he was like lingering on his phone or texting someone or anything like that.
Dude,
Okay.
that is so rude. I am mad for you.
That's really rude.
It's so rude, and I'm so pissed. Like, when you guys get him on, if you can, like, I want to go after him. Like, I want to tear him apart.
You know what? I'm pretty pissed off too because you were my former lover, and I don't take people disrespecting my lovers lightly.
Oh, man.
Aw, see, I knew I called the right thing.
Oh, man.
What a
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then see if we can get him on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hang on, lover.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just tuning in, we have one of my many lovers on the phone. Or should I say, past lovers.
Oh.
That's right. Her name is Amber, and Amber has enjoyed a night in the old satchel with me.
I think she said it wasn't that bad, was
Yeah.
actually
Yeah,
the
that's
way
true.
she put it, but
That's really not what the second date is about, but she did inform us that her and I messed around at a party a few years ago, and I kind of remember, and she said it was okay. But moving on to the date that she wants to call today, she's pissed because he actually ditched her in the middle of a cooking class. They took a cooking class together, and he disappeared, and she tried to get a hold of him a number of times, and he's ignored all of her phone calls. She doesn't really care if she gets a date. She just kind of wants to yell at the guy a little bit.
and to you right now, Amber, is there any way he could have a good reason for this?
I don't know. I can't think of it. If there is, I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, totally.
Same old Amber I remember, really hard to please. All right, Amber, sorry about that. Okay,
Amber.
I'm going to dial his phone number right now, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah, seriously, get this ass on the phone. I'm ready.
I can see what you liked about her. She's fiery, Jubal.
She is. She's
Yeah.
feisty. Okay, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Richie, please?
this is him.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Jubal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How can I help you?
Well,
Impressed.
do you have any idea who I am at all?
If this is a radio station, to be honest with you, I don't listen to the radio much. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, my name is Jubal. I host a show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. Brooke is also here,
Hey, Richie.
Hi.
and Jose is also on the phone.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey. So why are you guys calling me? I don't understand.
Well, I'm calling you because we recently got an email about you from one of our listeners.
You guys got an email about me.
Yeah, it's a girl that you went out on a date with and then ended up ditching her in the middle of a cooking class.
Is this real?
Yeah, this is 100% real. How would I know that?
This is so confusing. So I know the day you guys are talking about, but she's having you guys call me.
Yeah, it's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. So Amber wanted us to find out why you ditched her in the middle of a cooking class because she's been trying to get a hold of you and she figured you might answer us.
I mean, I don't normally ditch anyone, but it's just something that I don't know how many other guys would stand for.
What?
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 Stand for?
Hold on. The way she described it, even you guys were having a great time. You were even flirting and throwing flour at her during the cooking class, and then you said you had to go to the bathroom and just left.
Yeah, I definitely did do that.
If there was something that made you so mad that you were going to leave, why wouldn't you just tell her that you were upset?
Because honestly, on a first date, you don't really talk to someone the way that she talked to me. There was kind of,
Was she really rude?
you know what? Honestly, you could take it as rude. Yeah. I don't really want to put her business out there because I don't really, I went on one date, but I mean, she's lucky all I did was walk out on the date.
Whoa.
What?
Wow.
Dude, what do you mean?
What did she do?
I mean, I feel bad because if this is going
Well-
out on the radio or whatever, it's just
Yeah, but
I don't
Richie,
wanna-
you got to look at it this way. She emailed us to talk to you about it. So
I know that is so weird.
she's okay with her business being out there. We talk to everybody before they do these calls and be like, hey, you might hear something you don't like. And that's part of the agreement. So you can be honest with us.
All right, so if you really want to know, we're having the cooking class thing, and they're doing the instructions, and literally 10 minutes into it, she's got this look on her face, and I'm like, what? She's like, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, okay. So she leans over, whispers in my ear, and I'm not even joking. She goes, I think I slept with a cooking instructor.
Whoa! Oh my god!
I'm sorry. That's not first date material. I totally agree with you, but it's almost funny.
Yeah. Are you
It's funny.
serious?
Well, yeah, it's funny now because, I mean, it's been a while, but it's like at that time, it's just like, who says that to somebody? And then,
I can't believe that.
and I'm thinking to myself, like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we had wine while we're doing it, so maybe she's just tipsy or who knows what. But then she just kept going on and on. Like, every so often, she would just be like, God, I can't believe that, like, this is the guy, and I can't, I'm just like, just why you keep reminding, like,
Yeah, come on.
What did you say to her?
I said very sarcastically, I said, awesome. Cool. Like, I don't care, like, why are you telling me this? And then she just kept, like, giving him her attention. Like, yeah, he's cooking the class, so pay attention. But, like, she was almost, like, flirting with the guy.
Like, hey, remember
It was really
me?
weird. It was really weird. And then here's the thing that's crazy. This is where I was like, the guy was this older Italian guy,
Really?
big typical Italian schnoz. Like,
That's not what I was imagining when you said that she
No.
slept with the
Yeah.
teacher. I was imagining, like Salt Bay, that guy.
No, it was
that
like-
went
it was
viral
like-
on Instagram.
it looked like Mario from Mario Brothers.
Not Mario Lopez,
No.
like
No.
Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, it's just like I'm looking at the guy and I'm looking at her and I'm thinking about me next. Like, no, that's not gonna
Okay,
like
hey,
never.
hey,
No.
That doesn't, no, shut up.
No,
That
it's-
doesn't give you right to ditch somebody. Are you joking?
What's going on?
Oh, Amber's on the other line and wants to talk to you.
Or yell. I don't know which.
You are seriously the biggest loser I've ever met in my entire life. Like, grow a pair of and tell me what's wrong.
Oh.
Hey, listen, I don't know what's going on with all this, but they told me that you wanted to find out what's going on and, that this was okay to put out what happened. So, I mean, I didn't want to put your business out there like this, but, I mean, as far as I know, this is what you set up.
I don't care that you told them. I told you that I think I slept with the instructor. I don't give a shit. I'm mad that you literally had the audacity to just ditch me at this class instead of just telling me if you were upset about something. You're a little
Oh.
I mean, you can think I'm a little bitch, but I'd rather be a little bitch that stays clean instead of someone that gets Mario and Luigi's sloppy seconds.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Who the hell do you think you are to say something like that to me? Yeah, I've slept with some people. By the way, you missed out on this. Hey, guess who didn't? Jubal.
Oh, there it is.
You're owning it all, aren't you?
Jubal, the guy that just called me, you've also slept with him as well, this radio guy you slept with.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, Richie, I guess that did actually happen. Like, I don't really remember it too well, but we definitely hooked up at some point.
Well, you know what? Just it sticks with the theme. Every time I talk to you, there's somebody that you've already slept with that's also, in the same conversation.
Whatever. That still does not get you off the hook for ditching me. Like, I don't care if I slept with everybody in that class. Like, for you to just walk out on me, you're an ass.
Okay, Amber, I'm all for sexual confidence and all that. That's great. But it's not really a first date topic, right? Your past conquests. Can you see maybe how that made him uncomfortable?
I mean, now I didn't know he had so many hang-ups. I thought he was like a cool guy. We were having fun. I thought he was a cool person. I didn't realize he was a little so now I realize my mistake now.
I'm just glad that I didn't take you home, because the last thing I need to know is to find out that you're whispering, oh, I think I slept with your dad. Who knows?
Believe me.
Who knows with
if
you?
I
It's probably
had
the
your
sound
dad
guy.
bragging about it.
Jubal, you want to check with the sound guy and the guys, the janitors? There might be someone else that Amber slept with.
Hey, who knows?
Did you sleep with me, Amber?
No, but I will if you want to. Believe me, I'll be satisfied.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
real satisfied. Jubal doesn't even remember you.
That's not true. I said I think I kind of remember her.
Yeah.
Hey, Richie, while I got you on the phone, though, would you like to go on a second date with Amber? We will pay for it.
You really ought to ask.
Oh, you guys are going to pay for it? Oh, great. Would you pay for the therapy sessions, too, that I'm going to need?
Taking
And maybe the doctor visits?
Yeah.
You, I would never go on another date with you.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
Such passion between you two, though.
I know.
Whoa.
Whatever. Like I said, you missed out, buddy, because I have never not had a satisfied customer, and you just missed the best thing you've never had.
Amber, don't paint it as customer.
Yeah. Wrong
All
choice
right.
of
Well,
Yeah.
hey, Richie, thank you for your time, man. Sorry to ambush you on the phone like that. And Amber, thank you for doing the second date. And I'm glad you got a chance to yell at Richie.
Yeah, thanks.
I think you'll
Yeah,
be.
bye, Amber. Bye, the rest of Amber's boyfriends or exes that are on the phone as well.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A lot of text messages coming in at 78592 saying that I should go to the doctor to get a checkup. But trust me, I'm fine. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. If you missed today's second date update, we had Amber on the phone, and she wanted to call a guy named Richie, who wasn't calling her back after their date. He actually ditched her in the middle of a cooking class, and she didn't really want a second date. She just kind of wanted to yell at the guy a little bit, but also found out that I know Amber from a few years ago because her and I apparently had a lovely evening together.
Yeah, attaboy.
By the way, I don't know why she's getting heat for that when you're the one that can't even remember it.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. I kind of remember, but
You should be the one that people
Yeah.
should be slaying for that one.
but she ended up yelling at the dude and then being like, well, you missed out because he wasn't calling her back, and he left her at the cooking class because she had actually hooked up with the instructor of that cooking class too. And good for her. No shame in her game. She didn't care.
Not at all.
But to announce it on the first date is where she went wrong.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know, it's just like, oh, that's a funny thing that I'm going to keep to myself and tell my best friends about later.
Yeah, and then maybe you start a relationship with the guy and you're like, hey, remember that cooking class we took?
Yeah.
I totally did the instructor.
Yeah.
And then at that point, it's probably all right.
Yeah.
But they decided to not go out again. She yelled at him a lot. And yeah, I hope things go well for her.
Yeah, he'll be fine. She'll be great. So.
Yeah, she's doing great. Don't worry about her. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person that didn't call you back.
Moving 90.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
When we do these second date updates, I'm always interested in hearing the story of the date and what happened and why people think they might not be getting a call back. But actually today, I think I'm more interested in hearing about all the other failed dates that this person has been on.
Oh, the list is that long. It's always so sad.
We got an email from Jackie. She wants to do a second date update today. She's kind of back on the dating scene, I guess, after getting divorced and stuff like that. But she says that she's been dating a little bit and she's had a bunch of weird experiences. So, Jackie, can we actually talk about the weird experiences instead of the person that you want to talk about?
Oh, no, I'd rather not, really.
Oh my God. I hear from single people that listening to these are often just depressing because they're like, this is what the dating scene is. Great.
Yeah, it's so depressing. I mean, the guys that are out there are so weird. The first date I went out on, he wouldn't stop smelling my hair for like the first hour of the date. I was like, what are you doing? You know, like some personal space, please.
Like he just
Weird.
he just sat there smelling your hair?
Yes, it was freaky. It was like, you know,
I don't
I
know.
don't know you.
Sounds like a normal date to me, Jackie. I think you are just out of touch. So your email said
Maybe.
you haven't been dating in a long time because you went through divorce and all that kind of stuff. How long has it been since you've been out in the dating world?
Oh, my gosh, probably 15 years.
Wow.
Oh, that's a while. That's a while. That's probably kind of
Yeah.
scary getting back in the game, you know?
Yeah, it really is. It's really kind of bizarre, and I feel like, you know, like I'm a kid all over again, and, you know, that's not a good thing.
But the guy that you want to call today, his name's John?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so this was a positive experience for you.
Yes, finally, I met this guy. He was so cute and tall and beautiful eyes and great smile and sense of humor, and told him about my kids. He seemed totally cool with that.
Wow.
We had this wonderful night and ended with this fabulous, passionate kiss, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know, finally a good one. And then I never heard from him.
Can I ask you, where did you meet him?
I met him online, but I feel kind of weird about even saying that. It's like I'm kind of ashamed even to admit that, but I don't know where else to meet people. I mean,
Hey, that's where everybody meets
Yes.
people now. I mean, you have to sift through the hair sniffers and the other weird people. But you've done that and clearly met somebody that you liked. What did you guys do?
he took me dancing, and I haven't been out dancing in I don't know how long, but we just had a blast.
Are we talking like grinding, or are we talking like ballroom dancing?
No, we went to a club, and
Okay.
you know, they had music of all different genres and stuff. So it wasn't like, I don't know, rap music that you can't really dance to. It was like fun music, and we just had such a blast together. We had a really good time.
Okay, why do you think he's not calling you back if you had such a great time?
I don't know. That's why I'm like, what? You know, I know I've been out of this whole thing for a while. I don't know how it all works. You know, are you supposed to wait 3 weeks before you call someone back? I don't know. I mean, I never understood. Listen, I never understood guys when I was a kid. I don't understand them now either. I mean, I'll forget it.
All right.
And what are you looking for? Like when you're out dating, if you were to go on a second date with John, are you hoping that it would turn into a relationship, or are you just looking to have some fun?
Well, I think I would like a relationship again, you know. I mean, I wouldn't take it super fast. I think I would want to take it kind of slow and kind of get to know the person pretty well before I got involved after having such a disaster with my first husband. But yeah, I'd like to meet someone. I don't want to be alone the rest of my life. You know, my kids are going to grow up, and then what? You know, I'll be all by myself.
Did he know about the kids before you guys went out?
Yes.
He did, okay.
On my profile, it's very, you know, I made sure that people knew that because I know that could be like a problem, and maybe it is, and he was just being nice about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, how did that conversation go when you talked about your kids?
He seemed fine with it. I mean, he's never been married before. He doesn't have any kids of his own, but he had some nephews and nieces, and he seemed like he really liked hanging out with them and playing with them and stuff. So
That's not bad, because you bring up kids with me on a date, and like, it's like a hole through the wall like a cartoon character. I bust out of there so quickly. Some guys are like that, you know?
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
Right, exactly.
But you wouldn't go on a date with somebody who had it on their profile to begin with.
Well, it depends on what you look like.
You're such an awful person.
Okay, so how many times have you tried to get a hold of him since you've gone out?
I texted him the next day to say, you know, thanks for such a great night out. Look forward to seeing you again. And then I think I called him like 2 or 3 days later, but that was it. I don't want to be like a stalker, and I don't know. I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to call him? Is he supposed to call me? I don't know.
Has he said anything back to you at all?
No, it was silence, like crickets. Nothing.
And you can't think of one thing that was awkward.
The only thing I can think of is that he's like a little bit younger than me.
And by a little, you mean...
Well, like 12 years.
Oh,
He's 12 years old?
way to go, girl.
You say he's...
No, and I would not be saying way to go if he
Oh,
was 12.
12 years younger. Okay, I just heard 12 years. I was like, wait a second, Jackie, you're doing this wrong. All right, so
Oh, my God.
that could,
Not allowed to use the phone.
Yeah.
That's why he's not calling me back.
that could maybe possibly be a thing, though, to be 12 years younger than somebody. Some people might care about that.
Yeah, I guess 12 years might be kind of a lot for some people, but he seemed to be okay with it. And I put my age out there. I was very, like, honest on my profile. I know a lot of people, like, put a lot of garbage up there and lie and all that, but I was really honest, and people tell me I look a lot younger than my age, and, you know, and because all my information was out there, he knew what he was getting into. It wasn't like I showed up and it was a surprise, right?
Unless he was like, I don't know, maybe giving it a try for the first time and then noticed that, oh, we actually don't have anything in common.
No, maybe. I thought guys like the cougar thing. I don't know.
I like you.
Well, we'll find out. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Jackie is on the phone, and she wants to call a guy named John today. They met online. She's had a string of bad dates and apparently has just jumped back into the dating world after getting a divorce and stuff. They went out, danced a little bit, and now he's not calling her back. She has no idea why, except she thinks it could have been because she has 2 kids and maybe that kind of scared him off. Jackie,
Yeah?
you know what I'm thinking might have scared him off?
Oh, no, what?
Your ability to twerk. That's right.
Twerk that out.
Maybe, just maybe, you were dropping it a little too hard on the dance floor, Jackie. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe he doesn't like the way I dance. I don't know.
I can hear it in your voice. You know how to get down, don't you?
Twerker, bro.
Yeah.
She's a twerker, bro. Oh my God, that would probably have been shocking for him, seeing that you are 12 years older than he is.
Well, you know, I don't do all those workouts for nothing. You know? I've been doing that insanity thing for years, you know, trying to keep myself in good shape. So, come on.
you.
All right, well, I'm going to dial his phone number now and see why he's not calling you back, okay?
Thank
All
you.
right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is John there?
This is John.
Hey, John, how are you? This is Jubal. I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, okay. I think I heard of you. What's this about?
Well, I wanted to ask you a few questions if you have a second.
About what?
About your dating life.
That is.
That's weird.
Well, I'll explain. We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off after the date, they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask why. So you recently went on a date with one of our listeners. Her name is Jackie.
Oh, okay. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
So Jackie told us about your date and said that she actually liked you a lot and wanted to see you again, but she's wondering why you're not answering her phone calls.
She's really great. I just don't think it's going to be right, though.
Is there a particular reason?
It just sometimes you just don't match up. That's all.
Does it have anything to do with the fact that she's 12 years older than you?
No, I knew that. I knew that before we went out. So, and she's really fun. She's really great, and I hope she finds somebody great to be with.
Okay, if she's so great, then why don't you want to go out with her again?
Yeah, it's just I want what's best for her. So.
Do you feel like you guys are looking for different things in life?
Yeah. I think I just want her to really be happy. She deserves that.
It sounds kind of like you're dancing, John. Be honest.
Yeah.
Is it the age thing? Like, you can tell us the truth.
No. She doesn't even look her age. Actually, she looks great.
So she's great, fun to be around,
Beautiful.
gorgeous, yeah,
Yeah, sounds awful.
and has kids, and you don't mind kids. So everything about her is perfect for you, and that's why you don't want to see her again.
I really like her. I think she's awesome, but I think that in the end, it's not going to work out. So
Why?
Wow.
well, did she tell you that she's divorced too?
Yeah, she did. She told us all that.
Yeah.
And did she tell you about what her ex-husband's like?
No, she did. We could have gone into that, but I was more concerned with hearing about your date with her, not her ex-husband.
Not rehashing her marital problems.
Yeah.
Well, he's just he just really has his stuff together. He's this big-time investment banker and very successful, and probably provided a lot for her that I just can't do.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
You realize he was also a bag who she divorced, right? And doesn't like at all.
I don't really know too much of the details of why they got divorced or anything. We didn't really talk that much about that. I just know I'm barely getting my life started. I just started working in public relations, and I'm not going to be able to give her that.
That is so
man.
unfair to her, dude. Not only are you saying that, it just implies that she is looking for someone with money.
No, but it's not even like that at all, though. I'm just talking about that there's a standard of living that people are used to being at, and I can't fit into that for her. I can't give her that. That's real. That's very real. It's not anything bad about her. In fact, that's what I'm trying to say is I think she's really great, and I want her to have what she should have in life, and I can't give that.
Yeah, but don't you think that maybe she has her own money and her own way of life, and that actually maybe she wasn't reliant on her ex-husband at all?
I don't know about that. I don't think that we're in the same place in our lives. And if you talk to her, can you just tell her I had a really wonderful time with her, and I really want the best for her?
I can do that, but why don't you do it yourself? Because she's actually on the phone listening to this conversation.
What?
Yeah. Jackie?
Hi, John.
Oh.
Listen, I think you're great, and I wish you didn't feel that way because none of that stuff matters to me at all, really.
But it's going to. Look, you're used to a guy that's really put together and has everything kind of figured out, and I'm just getting started, and I'm just kind of figuring out where I fit in life right now. And
No, but I like that about you. I like that you're excited and looking forward to the future and have all kinds of ideas and things. I've already been there, done that with a guy who's a jerk. I don't need to go down that road again.
you like it now, but in 2 months it's going to be boring to you, and you're going to want more. You're going to want to go out and go on crazy vacations that cost a lot of money that I can't give you.
Oh my God, you are so jumping to conclusions. What are you saying?
That's where it's headed. That's why we went out. That's where it's going to go eventually, and I can't do it.
Well, really, none of that matters. I just wanted somebody that I could really click with, and I thought we had a great time together.
You like me now, but the thing is you're driving up to meet me in a Mercedes, and I'm driving up to meet you in a 1999 Toyota. You know, it doesn't match up.
Yeah, but from the sounds of it, you're the only one that's concerned about it. She's not concerned about it.
Yeah, but long term, it's not going to work out.
You know, nobody said anything about long term. We could just hang out and hook up, you know.
Whoa!
Yeah, girl.
I like
Yeah.
her.
Did you mean hook up in the way that I think you meant hook up, Jackie?
You know what that means, right?
I don't know. I just wanted to have some fun, and I don't want to be that serious.
As you should. You were making up for some lost time.
That's right. That's right. You know, I never said I wanted to get married right now. I don't want anything serious right away. I just want to go and have some fun.
Yeah.
And John, you look like you could be a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, that's different from what I thought.
Yeah, it sounds to me, John, like Jackie is not interested in a long-term thing with you at all. She wants to chew you up and spit you out.
Which would be cool to do.
All right. Well, in that case, would you guys like to go out on a second date? John, we will pay for it.
Oh, man.
You know what? As long as there's no long-term expectations, then hell yeah, I'd love to go out again.
Oh, my gosh.
Does that sound okay with you, Jackie?
Oh, I think I've made my point. That sounds more than okay to me.
All right. Well, congratulations, you two. It's a successful second date update. We'll send you out again.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I can't wait to see you, John. And just like Jubal said, you know, there may be some chewing and there may be some spitting out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
Whenever people hear someone's an artist, there's a lot of stereotypes that come with that. You know, that they're financially strained.
Yeah.
They can't hold down a real job.
Uh-huh.
They never dress properly. They're socially awkward.
Yeah, true.
Do lots of drugs and alcohol.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking about artists.
Sounds like a good life.
I mean, they're basically one step above radio people.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I'm envious.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Because we're all those things, but at least the artists have a little bit of talent.
Yeah.
Oh, but I have a quote problem.
Yeah.
Like, come on, I'm an
No-
artist.
Nobody ever says you got a face for art either.
Right.
You know?
So I feel very,
man.
very honored to be speaking with a real artist who needs our help with a second date update today.
Wow.
His name is Seth. What's up, Seth?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, you're too happy to be an artist. Are you trying to be Bob Ross or something?
No,
what
no,
are you doing,
that's
man?
where the drugs come in.
Oh, he's
Oh,
high.
okay.
Yeah, like I was saying, you know, so we're not all moody and depressed people, but you know, we some of us do actually make a living selling our paintings.
Dude,
That's awesome.
that's
So
impressive.
you're a painter then?
I am, yeah. I have a specialty actually. I've developed this sort of niche for myself over the years. I've been painting pictures of crabs, and you know they do okay. They don't,
Cool.
you know, I'm not.
That's cool.
Okay, so if we go to the art expo and we ask for the guy with crabs, they'll point us in your direction.
Right. That does happen.
Okay.
But it's not like crabs like you might be thinking. It's sort of like crabs as if they were like members of society. You know,
Oh, I like it. It's like the dogs that are playing poker, but instead it's crabs.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like crabs on a taxi, crabs getting a tattoo, you know. I actually have one which I thought was really kind of ironic, crabs at a restaurant ordering lobster.
Oh,
Oh.
the irony, the
Yeah.
symbolism there.
Didn't you call about a date, though? I mean, this is
No,
great,
I
but...
just want to talk about I think we're talking to, like, you know, in 100 years, people are going to look back on Seth kind of like Leonardo da Vinci, like
I can only hope.
underappreciated in his time. And your crab paintings are going to sell for millions of dollars.
All right.
Legendary name Seth. The great
Yeah.
Seth. We didn't know how great he was.
Right.
All right. So,
That's the crab man.
Yeah, the crab man.
all right.
But no, I am calling about a date because I had a recent experience, and maybe you guys can help me out with this.
Okay, well, what's the name of the woman that you went out with?
Her name was Michaela, and at an art expedition, I was selling my paintings, and she was very interested in one. And actually, she bought one from me, which was super cool. So,
All right, so you were able to pay for the dinner when you guys went out. Sweet.
That's right.
It's nice to give woman crabs on the first meeting, but that's cool.
Did you ask her out? Is that something you typically do with customers?
She bought the painting, and then she just kind of hung around. As we were talking, she was just asking me about my work, and I started flirting with her a little bit. I started using, some jokes that I tell, the crab jokes. Like, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
What do you call it? The crab has a part-time job.
What?
A side hustle.
Because it hustles to the side, because crabs move sideways.
That's a thinker.
Anybody?
Yeah.
That's a highbrow crab.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
There's a little bit of a dad joke there.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she and I are talking, and we actually bonded over our mutual love of coffee. We both drink a whole lot of it.
Okay,
Coffee,
yes.
okay.
I mean, like 8 to 10 cups a day.
Dang. No wonder you're talking so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've already had about 4 cups so far.
Wow.
A couple months ago, I bought a really high-end quality espresso maker. It cost me about $2,000. It's amazing.
Oh, damn.
So I told her about it, and she said that she wanted to see it, and I said, well, great, that's my in, and so I said, well, if you'd like to, after I close up here today, we can come over and I'll make you a cup of coffee and we can hang out a little bit,
I mean, that's honestly the least innocent cup of coffee date I've ever heard.
Yeah. I mean, that's an old cliche when you invite someone up to your place for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But you're talking an actual cup of coffee.
Yeah, come for the coffee, leave with crabs.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, so she comes over and I fire up the machine. I make a couple espressos. I steam some milk, and ask her how she likes it. I've got not just a maker, but I've got a whole set there that I could just make any kind of coffee drink imaginable.
Okay, so you got Starbucks inside your apartment.
Mhm.
Literally.
So was she impressed?
So she was really impressed. She said she loved it. We talked for a little while, and then she decided that she had to go home for some reason. Personally, I think that we were starting to connect. We were having sort of a spark, a moment between us, and I don't think she wanted to take it so soon.
I mean, she may have not even thought that this was a date.
Yeah, so was there any part of this experience that was very romantic for you?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like there was a strong connection. Look, it was flirty, it was just there. There was a...
Yeah, you say that, but she's not calling you back, so you obviously read something a little wrong. Can you think of something that went wrong?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like when she started to leave, I took her downstairs to get her Uber. I tried kissing her, but she pulled back from the kiss, so that didn't work out so well. She actually hit her head on the car as she pulled back.
Oh.
No, she didn't hurt herself, It's just a little bump,
I just picture her like trying to climb into an Uber and you're leaning over following her with a kiss and she's like trying to scramble away as fast as
Oh,
she
that
can.
sounds so terrible. I swear I'm not a creeper.
Yeah, you don't seem creepy.
Yeah, I mean, nothing about what you've described sounds like it would be a reason for her to not call you. Is there anything awkward or weird that happened during your encounter?
Okay, there was one point where we bumped into my ex-wife, but it really was like no big deal.
Wait a minute.
How did you just gloss over that?
I mean, I thought for sure it was hitting the head while trying to escape a kiss, but where does the ex-wife come in?
Yeah, it really wasn't a big deal. I mean, it was quick. My ex and I, we've been divorced for about 5 months, and we just ran into it. She said hi. It was nothing. I can't imagine that had anything to do with it.
Yeah, I can. I can imagine real easily that it had something to do with it.
All right. Well, we're going to play a song. We'll come back and we'll call Michaela for you and try and get you your second date update, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. If you're just tuning in, we're on the phone with Seth, a.k.a. the Crabs guy.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah.
By the
Which
way.
it's not a reference to his romantic history. Seth's an artist that specializes in painting crabs in human-like situations.
I love it. I want to buy one.
Yeah.
I kind of like it too. One pincher is bigger than the other. It
Right.
just kind of makes a funny dynamic.
Yeah, just imagine just crabs playing basketball, crabs eating tacos.
Oh, crabs eating tacos.
Yeah, you get it. He does all the funny things that crabs do in human situations.
Yeah.
So Seth met a woman named Michaela while selling his art in an expo, and they had a nice day together. She bought one of his paintings. They bonded over their mutual addiction to coffee. He even showed her his $2,000 espresso machine back at his place.
Dang.
And there was an awkward moment at the end of the night where he tried to kiss her at her Uber, and she pulled back and ended up hitting her head on the car door.
Ouch.
God.
But beyond that, he's not really sure what could have caused this date to
You're leaving
end poorly.
something out.
Yeah, he like nonchalantly adds at the end that he ran into his ex-wife, who
Oh, right.
he's only been divorced from for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 5
months,
months, whatever,
but-
same difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did drop that in there too. So one of those things must be the reason.
No
But
wonder he can't figure it out.
what are you feeling here, Seth?
Yeah, I don't know. I really hope that you guys can convince her to see me again. I think she was a lovely person, and we hit it off, and we had a great time.
You didn't describe your interaction with your ex-wife at all. Like, I feel like we need some sort of background on that before we call this girl.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was so inconsequential. I mean, it was nothing. It was just sort of like a high and by kind of moment.
All right.
Okay.
Well-
I don't know. I mean, it's only 5 months, whatever.
Let's
All right,
call
you say
Michaela
so.
and see what she has to say, because we could speculate about this all day.
Sure.
We just got to get to the bottom of it and make a call. You ready to do this, Seth?
Yeah.
All right. Let's dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Michaela, please?
this is her.
Hi, Michaela. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a second to talk with us?
What is this about?
Well, we do a segment on our show called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if they're not calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to that person for you to figure out the reason why.
Okay, and what does this have to do with me?
So recently we got an email from a guy who's frustrated because he's been trying to get a hold of you and you're not calling him back. His name's Seth.
Seth?
Seth, yeah.
Oh,
The artist that you bought the crab painting from?
So chill.
I mean, it did sound like a chill hangout with him.
yeah, no, it was cool. I bought a painting.
Mm-hmm.
It's cute. It's crabs bowling.
Oh. Yeah, he didn't tell us what painting you bought. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
That sounds awesome.
It's cute. I like it.
All right. Well, he told us a little bit about you guys hanging out, and he said from his end, it all seemed like you guys had a great time together. And he's not sure why you're avoiding his phone calls.
Really? He didn't mention anything?
Well,
He mentioned a couple
he
things.
did mention a few things that he's worried might have ruined things, but we'd like to hear what happened from your perspective.
Okay. Well, I don't know, like, how much he told you. He's a crab painter. I met him at the art show.
Mhm.
He had all his crabs on display. It was cute. He's like one of the quirky artist type guys.
Yeah.
I picture
Yeah.
him with curly hair for some reason. Anybody
Oh,
else?
really? I'm not sure.
Does he have curly hair?
You know what? He does.
I knew it.
Dude,
I
he's
knew
like
it.
That's the problem. He has curly hair.
No,
and...
I'm not saying that.
Oh, I was
I'm just saying he's quirky. Like, we did talk to him, and he is kind of a little nutty, for sure.
Yeah, like most artists.
But he's nutty, man.
I feel like that's not a nice thing to say.
No, it's not bad. He just sounds like he drinks a lot of coffee, too.
He's fun. He's an art guy, and I'm kind of like that too. I'm like a little weird, a little out there, and so
what exactly is the problem, though? Like, what went wrong where you're not interested in seeing him again?
well, if he told you about our date and what happened, I'm sure you can kind of guess what the problem was.
I mean, he told us about the attempted kiss at the end of the date where you knocked your head on an Uber trying to get away from him.
Yeah, at that point, I kind of was just over it and ready to head home.
Okay, so it happened earlier.
Yes.
Mhm.
So did he tell you about the whole wife thing?
Yeah, he said ex-wife, that there was a quick run-in.
Like a high and by thing.
Yeah, he kind of downplayed it as like a 5-minute or just
Not
quick, like,
even.
hi, bye. It was kind of weird, but you guys moved on.
Okay, yeah. So here's what really happened. So we head over to his place, and he wants to show me his $2,000 espresso machine. We'll have a cup of coffee, whatever. Cool. So as soon as we get in, we walk over to the kitchen, and there's a woman.
There's a woman in his kitchen.
Whoa.
Yeah. She's like cooking something or fixing something. I don't know what she was doing, but it was a little weird, and just like, oh, hey, this is Michaela. Hey, how you doing?
Okay, and so I'm guessing you were assuming this is as a roommate or something.
Or like a friend.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who is that? Like, why is there a chick in your kitchen? He goes, oh, that's my ex-wife.
Oh, Wait.
I'm like, what?
Wait,
What do you mean?
I ran into my ex-wife happened in the kitchen?
So, like, once she left the room, I was like, who is she? Like, what? What is this weird Three's Company dynamic going on? Like, what is this? And so he's being very just, like, nonchalant about it. Like, it's no big deal. You know, she's my ex-wife. We've been divorced for, like, 5 months now. She's a mail-order bride, and it didn't work out.
Oh, my God.
Back it up. Hold on a second. Mail-order bride?
Were those the words he used?
Yes, verbatim. She's a mail-order bride.
So she's someone who married him to get a green card or a visa to come to the States.
I don't know the situation with that.
Hey, can I say something? Can I clear something up, please?
Oh. Wow.
Hey, Michaela, we didn't wait to call him in, but he messed it up. We need to tell you that Seth's been on the other line listening, and he heard everything that you said.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Michaela.
Seth, you're supposed to wait.
Michaela, I thought I explained to you, okay? When she came over to this country, and she was a mail-order bride, it just didn't work out.
Can you even use that phrase? Like, I don't get it. Like, you got paid to marry her, she paid you. What happened?
It's an arrangement. She wanted to come here, and we communicated and emailed back and forth, and we thought we would give it a try. And, it just didn't work out romantically. We realized we weren't a match that way.
So if you're divorced, doesn't she have to go back?
We're trying to figure it out. I feel bad because I brought her over here. So what I've been doing is I've actually communicated with the company that arranged us, and we're trying to find her a different mail-order husband somewhere in the area.
She's not like a rescue dog, okay? You don't just, like, pair her with a new house.
Is this like those ads, like singles in your area want to marry you?
And I'm pretty sure this is highly illegal.
I didn't know you guys were going to call him. I thought we were just talking about what happened.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I love your crabs. You're a nice guy, but,
Michaela, look, is there anything that I could do? I would really like to see you again. I thought that we really connected. Next time we get together, I can actually make sure that she's not there. I'll give her a text ahead of time.
That's convenient. Thank you.
Listen, maybe you should just focus on rehoming your mail-order bride.
Oh, my God, this is terrible.
I think there are different possibilities and different ways that relationships pan out, and I thought that you and I really connected, and I'm so glad you appreciate my art, and I really want to share things with you, and it would be really nice if we could see each other again,
See, look, he's honest.
But he still lives with his ex-wife.
We realize we're just not compatible that way, We will sleep together, but there's no emotions there.
No, not
Seth, why are you dropping that? I was, like, on board with you. Why are you doing that?
It's
Why
emotionless,
would you say that?
though, Brooke.
No, not
Because I just want you to understand that she's really no big deal.
Yeah, how would she feel if she heard you say that?
She doesn't speak English. She couldn't understand.
You guys, I don't know what to tell you, Michaela.
It sounds
I was almost on board.
What do you think? We'll offer to send you and Seth out on another date. We'll pay for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a no. I mean...
Yeah, it's going to be a no?
Yeah.
There's a yeah and a no in there.
Let's not close the book on this chapter. Come on, I know we can have some connection.
Listen, how about next time you're having a show, you can text me, and I'll pop in and check out your crabs. All right?
Okay.
No to the date, yes to the crab.
So,
Confusing, but we'll take it.
Yeah. Is that successful? I guess it's as good as it gets.
If that's all I can get, I'll gladly see you again at my next art show.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Right.
And I hope you love your crab bowling.
I've never been happier about a man giving me crabs before.
Yeah. It's crabtivating, if anything.
Moving 92.5.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
A common argument that couples get in is usually over directions. Happens a lot. It can make it even more stressful if you're trying to figure out those directions And there could be a serial killer following you.
Or
a madman with a chainsaw who wants to cut you in half. It can make it very stressful, and nobody knows that better than Matthew right now, who's on the phone for a second date update. Matthew, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
We'll get to the reason that you think you're not getting a call back in just a second. But first, tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Sarah.
Sarah?
Okay,
and where did you meet Sarah?
Hold up. We're just like nonchalantly going into Sarah as there was
Well,
a madman following him. Like, I'm kind of more concerned about the serial killer than Sarah at this point. Is Sarah alive?
That's why I said we'll get to it in a second. First, how'd you meet Sarah?
We met online a while back, and I don't know, we just started talking, chatting it up and whatnot, and it was, the start of fall, so it would be the perfect time to go to a haunted house or something fall festive-y.
Oh, I was concerned for your safety this whole time, and it turns out it's just one big haunted house hike.
I just kind of wanted it to be games, rides, chill time, but it turned out to not be that at all.
Yeah. According to your email, it seems like you might have had one of the worst dates ever.
What?
It kind of became like a haunted house, actually, because after all the games and the people and, whatever, there was this corn maze. And so, okay, yeah, sure, we'll do the corn maze. And everything's going great, we're hitting it off, having a great time, bonding and all that. But then 15, 20 minutes start to go by and we're not seeing anybody else. We're lost in a corn maze, and I know that's the point of a corn maze, but it's getting kind of like a long time, and it's starting to get darker.
Darkest? Just...
Yeah.
Pitch black.
I can see, though, if you're claustrophobic, that's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think I was, but I kind of turned into, it was closing in on me.
So you guys were struggling in the corn maze, and that's where all the madness started?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say we were fighting per se, but we just kind of got short with each other, and I just know where we were going and where we were coming from. But then, I wanted to involve her, so we went her way. It just wasn't the right way. So things were not going great, and she started to panic, and I asked if she was okay, and she was not okay. And so I was like, okay, what could I do to calm her down? Because that's the worst thing is being, freaking out.
Yeah.
Panicking.
You could have said, hey, we're at a corn maze in a pumpkin patch. I have a cell phone on me. I can call 911 if I need to. We're fine.
I don't know if I would have called 911. I mean, I don't think our life is in danger, but I was trying to use my cell phone as a flashlight.
Oh, gosh. It's getting that dark?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the battery was going down like crazy.
That's scary, too.
This is like a scene from a horror film.
Yeah.
It felt like it. So, like any good horror film, I needed some comedic timing and a little soften it up. And so I told her about this story. When I was little, I got lost in this Toys R Us and started to, get nervous, but I ended up finding my mom. And then I look up and she's crying.
What?
She was actually crying.
You made her cry?
I thought she was laughing, but then I noticed there's tears in her eyes, and I was like, what's wrong? It's like a cute little story. She was like, all she could picture was this little 5-year-old lost in Toys R Us and this sad story. And
you made it worse.
I thought she was crying because she couldn't figure out how to get out of there or something. She was actually crying because of your story?
Well, that's what it turned into. Then she just started crying because of the corn maze, and I mean, not crying, she was bawling, wailing, and she just screamed me, help, lost. Didn't want someone to think I was, hurting her or anything.
So did your date end there? Did you just, go, all right, I'm going to find my own way out? Or did you guys finally make it out of the corn maze?
I thought about it, but I think it might have been, an hour and a half, maybe. We were in this thing. We just started seeing these flashlights like a search party, and it ended up being the workers of the maze.
Uh-huh.
They were coming pretty fast too, because they were hearing all these screaming noises.
Crying.
Yeah, and they kind of looked at me like I was crazy, but whatever. We ended up getting out, and everything was okay. I don't know where we stand, really, because I haven't been able to get a hold of her.
So wait, you got out, and then what happened? Did you just part ways, or...
No, I took her home, and again, I was trying to, lighten the mood. I don't think it was probably the smartest.
No.
Yeah, you
You
apparently
told her,
suck at that.
Another story about when you were 7 and you were left in a Walmart.
No, I just told her that the GPS wasn't working. The GPS was going crazy.
Oh, in your car?
Yeah, and it was just a subtle thing, I didn't even think anything of it. And then she did not appreciate that.
Oh,
Okay.
dude. These are bad
So
jokes,
at
man.
this point, she feels like you're making fun of her for overreacting in the corn maze, I'm guessing.
I can see where that logic comes in.
And have you talked to her at all since your date?
No, I've been trying to text her, I've even called her a couple times, just kind of see how she is, because I just want to know about her well-being.
Okay, so you're okay with dating someone who may be a little emotional.
Yeah, I mean, it was my fault because I put her in that situation, and if she wanted to go out again, I wouldn't take her to a place like that. So,
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, big lesson learned. All right. Well, we'll play a song and then come back and call her and get your second date update, okay?
All right.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
What are some of the scariest things in life? Probably sharks.
Yeah, those are
Well,
pretty
most
scary.
likely sharks. And then there's the corn maze.
Right from there to the... Okay.
Yeah, those are probably the two scariest things.
That's it.
Or what if there's a shark in a corn maze?
It's impossible.
That would be
hard.
horrible. Also, a great new movie that should come out.
Oh, really?
They had Sharknado. Why not Shark in a Corn Maze? Anybody called Sarah Michelle Gellar about that one? I'm sure she's got a clear schedule for it.
I mean, you put
Anyway.
this theme song behind it, and I'm already frightened.
We'll work on that after the second date update. But right now, Matthew is on the phone, and he wants to call a girl named Sarah. That's what they did on their first date. They went out to a place that had a corn maze, and things got bad because they got lost in the corn maze. Eventually, she was crying because she just wanted to get out of there. They were finally found by the staff. They got out. They drove home, and he made a joke at the end of the evening about his GPS not working in his car. She didn't like that joke very much, and she hasn't talked to him since. So we're about to get her on the phone and find out if we can get Matthew a second date. You ready to go, Matthew?
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
I just, hope she wasn't actually crying because she was scared she was going to be stuck with you forever.
Ouch.
Yeah. I'm just saying, prepare for that. We've heard some not very nice, kind things during these second date updates.
Yeah, like I said, I just want to make sure everything's okay and she's not completely traumatized, and maybe we can, do something else besides go to a corn maze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good
All right.
choice.
Well, I'll dial her phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Sarah, please?
this is she.
Sarah, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
This is who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Jubal?
No, that's my sister. My name is Jubal.
Jubal, okay.
And Brooke and Jubal in the Morning is a radio show, and we got an email about you from one of our listeners. That's why I'm calling you.
Okay.
Okay. We do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and ask what happened. And Matthew, the guy that you went out with to a corn maze recently,
Oh, God. Really?
he emailed us because he says he's been trying to get a hold of you, but you're not calling him back.
Well, that would be correct.
Now, wait, is that reaction because of him or because of how terribly the date ended?
I don't know. All I can say is, I don't know.
Okay.
It just wasn't a good experience, so I'll just leave it at that.
I mean, I don't think he meant for you guys to get stuck in the corn maze and for things to get that bad.
Yeah, but my mother has always told me that when you hold a man's hand, if you don't feel safe and secure, then he's not the one. When I held his hand, it was all sweaty and clammy and disgusting, and he just didn't act like a real man on this date. Like, I don't understand how we're lost, okay? We're lost, and I'm usually not that emotional, but I showed a lot of emotion. I'm crying, I'm upset, and he's just like sitting down on the ground with his legs up. Not going to move. I'm just going to chill here until someone comes and gets us. Like, who does that?
Wait, he sat down?
He sat down. Like, this could have been a real life or death situation.
Okay.
Because we're lost.
Let's slow it down. You're in a corn maze. It wasn't actually a life or death situation.
Maybe not necessarily, but what if it was?
It's a test.
You just sit down on the ground and throw your legs up in the air and like, oh, well, I don't know what to do.
Well, I will say to his defense, if you're ever lost in the woods somewhere, you're told to stay put. Like, oftentimes going further is just going to get you into more trouble.
Okay, listen, I'm sorry. I don't know your name or whatever, but this is not the woods, hon. It's the corn maze. It literally goes in circles. I mean, how much lost could we have gotten? And I'm just like scared out of my mind. And he's doing nothing, just like, ha, cracking jokes. Oh, I had this happen to me before. Well, guess what? It's never happened to me. So I would like to, like, you know, I love my life. Hello, you know. And I want to get out of here, like now.
Wait, you were really honestly that scared?
It's pitch black in a cornfield. No lights, no nothing. I didn't want to spend the night there, and he was just acting like, well, someone will find us. We'll be all right. What?
Okay, so basically you don't think he's the type of man you want to be with because he wouldn't be able to take care of you in like a life or death or any kind of situation, basically.
Yeah, I mean, what if it was a real disaster like an earthquake or, you know, we've had hurricanes and stuff. What are we going to do? Just sit on the ground and chill like, oh, we'll get swept away, but someone will find us?
I just feel like that's a pretty unfair
Okay,
comparison.
it's not like I got in a fetal position and was like giving up hope or anything.
What's going on?
Oh, Sarah, that's Matthew. He's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. Apparently just started talking to you.
Jesus, take the whole wheel. Really?
I wasn't like I was just giving up. That wasn't the point. I wasn't trying to be this like wussy guy.
Well, that's what it looked like to me, Matthew. And then on top of that, when we get in the car, you're like, oh, yeah, my GPS is screwed up. I can't even get us home. What was that?
I was going for another joke. I mean,
Another joke. I'm crying, and I'm upset, and I'm freaking out. You want to make another joke?
We were at a corn maze. Supposed to be fun, lighthearted, and it just got so serious, and you were yelling at the top of your lungs like I was going to kill you or something.
So my emotions aren't valid to you? Is that what you're saying? That's how you would react if it was like I was your girlfriend and I was freaking out about something? You're just like, oh, well, it's just this. That's your answer?
You know, I was trying to be calm and trying to calm you down. I mean, what? I was supposed to freak out too? What if
no, you weren't supposed to freak out. You were supposed to validate my emotions and make me feel like I was safe and secure, and you didn't do that.
I was trying to get your mind off the situation, and I guess it just did not work.
Sarah, I don't think I feel like you're not giving him enough chance. Like, you were over emotional. I'm sorry, but you were in a corn maze. I understand you were scared, but to be screaming and crying at the top of your lungs and then blame him for your emotions seems unfair.
I'm getting emotional all over again just thinking about it. Like, he doesn't know what my childhood was. Maybe I got stuck somewhere, and he just made fun of it.
I told you a situation from my childhood, and you didn't seem to care about that.
I did care, Matthew. I was crying.
You cared too much.
She's right, actually.
Now, you didn't care about it, but now she cared too much, Matthew? Which one is it?
Look, I don't know, but what I do know is that whenever they found us, they did take us the way I wanted to go.
Oh, I wouldn't put an I told you so in there right now, Matthew. That's probably not super smart.
I'm just saying, if you would have trusted me, Sarah, and let me be the man, I would have saved you and got you out of the situation like you wanted to.
Oh, so now you want me to trust you after you sat down on the ground and threw your legs up and made jokes. Nah, son, I'm not believing you.
Oh, my gosh, Sarah.
We just kept going in circles and circles and circles. And at the end of the day, it is a corn maze, and children had done this corn maze. And since we obviously couldn't figure it out, maybe we just should have got naked in the corn maze and done stuff.
What?
Would that would have been what you wanted?
That is creepy.
Sounds good to me.
At that point, you couldn't even get me so...
Okay, come on. Come on. Just, you know, earlier when I talked to people at the radio station, I didn't want to go to a corn maze, but I think we should go back to the corn maze and face our fears, show you that I can be a man and take control of the situation.
Okay. All right, Sarah. Hey, Sarah, would you like to go on a second date with Matthew? We will pay for it. You guys go back to the corn maze. He can punch a 7-year-old in the face, show you he's a man, and he can handle any kind of adversity. What do you think?
So let me get this straight.
He wants me to go back to the corn maze, the place where we had all of this disagreement at, and try to, no, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think you guys are a very well-fit couple.
It'd kind of be like a cute, fun story, the way we started out our relationship, you know?
Yeah, like
I don't think
you guys went to a corn maze.
Yeah.
You questioned his manhood. You went back to the corn maze. You probably still would question it again after. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be a cute story, Sarah.
Yeah, I think I've done enough crying for the entire year already, guys. I don't want to do it again. Thank you.
All right.
All right, well, it's your loss. You're missing out on this. And if you think it, you have my number.
No, actually, I don't. I blocked and deleted you.
Oh, all right. Sorry, Matthew. No second date. But I'm sure there's a woman out there who will hold you when you're scared. So don't worry about it.
At the very least, somebody who's not going to freak out and go all lunatic crazy on me at the corn maze. I mean, that's the type of girl I'm looking for.
Well, good luck, homie. Find her because I'm done. Blocked, deleted. Thank you.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A text in at 78592 that says, see, that's why I don't go to corn mazes. It's ruined 3 of my relationships. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Matthew and Sarah spent their first date lost in a giant corn maze.
Oh, man.
She didn't think that he handled the situation like a man. He was wondering why he wasn't getting a call back.
Yeah.
And she thought he didn't handle it like a man because instead of taking charge and finding a way out of the corn maze, he just sat on the ground and made jokes and waited for people to find them.
Right.
Matthew said that he's only trying to take Sarah's mind off the situation with a little bit of humor.
Yeah.
But Sarah was completely turned off by his attitude and doesn't think that he could handle himself in stressful situations because of it. They decided not to go on a second date.
I just feel like she's looking for like a super like pumped up testosterone dude that
Yeah,
would
like,
drive
I'll
me
save you.
crazy.
I'll knock all this corn.
Just walk straight through it. I don't care. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
The woman on the phone for a second date update today refers to herself as a cougar.
Oh.
But apparently, one of the cubs has left the den, and Mama needs to find him. That's why she's on the phone for a second date update. Her name is Patty. What's up, Patty?
Hi.
Hey.
Whoa, Patty, are you excited about that intro?
That was a really good intro.
Okay, so you embrace all of this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Well, tell us about the cub that's run away from you and that you need to track down. What's his name?
His name's Martin. He's in his early 20s, and I met him online.
I love cougars because the first thing they always bring up is age.
Yeah.
What's your guys' age gap?
Well, I will say roughly that I'm over 10 years older than him.
Nice.
Okay, good.
Significantly so. I'm not going to be specific because a lady never tells.
Okay.
All right. So you met him online, and what did you guys do when you met up?
Well, we met him at a bar, and I mean, it was really cute. He was carded because I was next to him. I was carded too. I'm normally not, so I thought that was adorable. And he was just like, he was this cute little cub, and we talked about like, you know, going to the gym and stuff. We joked around because I don't know. I thought it was hilarious because I think it's ridiculous when people get on the elliptical and put on like the lowest level. And then they look like they're flying on the elliptical because they're not actually supposed to.
Yeah, they're just going super fast.
Yeah, it looks so stupid. And we just like laughed about gym stuff. And we found out that we actually go to the same gym.
Wow.
Okay, wait, though. Can we rewind just a second? It sounds like you were turned on that he was carded because he looked so young. Like, how young do you like your men?
I mean, legal.
Yeah.
That sounds a good thing.
Okay. I just is like, do you guys have things in common? Like besides the gym, did you find other common ground?
I mean, Yeah, like absolutely. We both like having fun. We like to
Both like having fun.
I mean, like, zip lining, bungee jumping, stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
definitely like the fun stuff, going on, vacation. And
All right, so you're pretty interested in him.
yeah, absolutely. He's a lot of fun. He's really funny. He was really, really cute.
And he was cool with your age difference?
Yeah. I mean, he did know that I was older going into it, but, he was a little bit reluctant. I mean, he was a little shy and maybe a little nervous, but, I made him feel at home, made the cub feel comfortable.
Well, it doesn't sound like you made him feel comfortable enough because now he's not calling you back.
Oh, well, touche. I mean, we did talk about kids. He asked me if I had any kids, and I told him I didn't, and I wasn't interested in having them. I don't know, maybe that might have been too early to have that conversation, and maybe that made it a little awkward.
Or maybe he's looking for a partner, and he's not just looking for a fun night out. I mean, maybe a partner that wants to have kids with him. I'm sorry. You can have partners without kids, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I think that's totally legitimate. I do, but he's so young.
Right.
Did you talk to him that way too? I'm sure you're so young. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know what you want, do you?
You don't know what you want. Well, I try to keep it fun. I try to keep it simple because, sure, you might be looking for Miss Forever and settling down and whatever. But, I mean, like, you haven't found her yet, which means that you're single till then. And we could have fun in the meantime.
Okay.
And I could teach him a lot. I mean, I have experience. I mean, I'd be a great teacher.
Oh, you mean like teach him in the bed? Okay.
Hey.
Oh, I mean, I can teach him in any room.
Not just the bedroom. Okay. That's awesome. I like you, Patty. All right, well, how did everything end with you and Martin?
Well, after, like, the bar and everything, he walked me to my car, and I thought that he was having a great time, especially because, like, right then we started making out, and it was hot.
did?
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
That's good.
Yeah,
it was passionate. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And, like, I kind of was like, hey, well, then why don't you just, like, come over, you can check out my place, and we can, start our first lesson.
Did you say that?
No, but I was just, like, thinking about it.
Okay.
Like, young guys are so inexperienced, and I can help them out with that.
So what did he say to that? Did he go back to your place?
Well, no, he actually kind of got a little bit more nervous, and I just don't think that he was ready because he was just like, but this is our first date. And I was like, well, it's really not that big of a deal because I want to establish what I want this to be immediately.
Right.
Which is fun. And that's what I like. So that's what I think any guy would like, especially no strings attached, no pressure. So we had another date set, and he canceled like a couple hours before. And I kind of feel frustrated because I just don't think he realizes the benefits of, like, dating a cougar.
Yeah. And there's the teaching. There's the teaching that you can do.
Oh, there's definitely the teaching.
All right. Well,
Definitely the teaching.
we will play a song and then we'll come back and call him and get your second date update, okay?
Great.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Welcome back to today's second date update. As the regal cougar waits in the midst for the young doe to come lapping at the lake so she can pounce on him and make him her love slave.
Wow.
I'm talking, of course, about Patty, who's on the phone. She's a cougar, and apparently she went out with a cub the other day, but this dude is now not calling her back. They went out to a bar. They had fun, some drinks, everything else. She actually invited him back to her place at the end of the night, and he said no, but they did schedule another date, but he canceled shortly before, and now he's not getting back to her. She thinks that he might be scared because she can teach him all sorts of new things that he might not be ready to learn yet. All right. Patty, you ready to get him on the phone?
Yep.
And have you had timid students before, Patty?
Yeah, absolutely. Usually I can get them pretty comfortable pretty fast if they give me a chance.
Okay. And so you're not going to be heartbroken if he doesn't want to go out with you. You just want a shot.
Well, I think he's kind of special. Definitely stands out from the other pubs I've gone out with.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
So, I mean, I would really like to have an opportunity to spend more time with him. So, I mean, I would be disappointed, maybe a little hurt if it didn't work out, but we'll see.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
we'll call him right now, and then see if we can get you another date. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Martin, please?
This is Martin.
Hey, Martin, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay, can you guys take me off your list? I'm sorry, I get these calls all the time.
No, I don't think you get these calls all the time, Martin. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it's not a telemarketing call.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who are you guys with?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Oh.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay, I'm doing good. This is
So anyway, got a survey. I got a survey. Wondering if you can take that real quick for us.
He's kidding. Martin, he's kidding. Don't hang up.
Okay.
Martin, the reason we're calling is because we do a segment on our show. It's called the Second Date Update. And you went out with somebody who listens to our show recently.
What?
Her name is Patty.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, and Patty told us a little bit about your date. She said that she liked you a lot, but apparently you canceled on her before you guys were supposed to go out again, and now you're not really getting back to her.
What? Okay.
Is that not true?
I mean, yeah, that did happen, yes.
Were you planning on getting back to Patty and rescheduling and actually going out with her?
I mean, to be honest, no, not really.
Was there like a specific reason, or do you just not feel it?
I mean, this is really weird. I'm sorry. I mean, it's kind of a personal thing, to be honest. Like, I don't even think she'd really want me to share with you guys, so.
Well, I can understand that, but she also asked us to make this phone call, and we tell everybody who does one of these second date updates that they have to be prepared to hear whatever it is the person on the other line says. So,
Yeah.
do you mind telling us? Because she's just confused.
Oh, she asked you guys? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, she wants you to share. Whatever you think she doesn't want you to share, she wants you to share that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Well, okay, she's like a little older. I don't know if you guys know, like how much you guys know, but
Yeah, she's very proud that she's a cougar.
Mm-hmm. She's over 10 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so she's kind of giving you a little. Well, yeah, and I'm frankly just kind of worried she won't be able to keep up. If you know what I mean.
Like on a hike? What do you mean?
Well, no, not a hike. Maybe a hike too, but just like every day, kind of in general. Maybe some bedroom stuff. So
what? Wait, hold up. How old is Patty? Do you think that she's like 75?
Is she elderly?
I mean, I know she's a lot older than me, and I'm in my early 20s. So there's a big difference between pace, energy, and all that stuff.
Right.
So,
Okay, so you just think that you're too young for her because she won't be able to keep up with you.
exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So
Have you dated any women that are older than you before?
Yeah, I have, and that's actually how I know. It didn't work out for that reason, and she said, everything would be fine, and she was so excited about it and everything, and it's just like, it's kind of terrible how that happened, and so I don't want that to happen again with her.
So wait, you dated a woman that just got too tired in bed?
Things were really great for the first 2 weeks, but then after that, she just kind of started falling off, and things were less frequent and less energetic, less enthusiastic.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Martin, I have a feeling that Patty's going to disagree with you, but we should just ask her about that because she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Hi, Martin.
Are you freaking kidding
How you
me
doing,
right now?
Surprise.
Yeah, so this is all just set up, I guess, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
pretty much.
Well, you weren't getting back to me, so I did kind of want to find out. And I get your concern, but this is something I can definitely put. You can put your fears aside, sir. Between my Pilates, yoga, and weightlifting, it wasn't too long ago that I could still hang on to the ceiling fan. So I don't think that you have anything to worry about.
Whoa,
there you go, Martin.
I can't keep up with Patty.
I'm telling you, I'm in the best shape I've been in my entire life. I could outperform myself in my 20s, 30s easily today.
Girl.
What do you have to say to that, Martin?
All right, but like you say this now, you say you're gonna have a ton of energy now, and like everything's gonna go great. But I mean, the reality is you're not in your early 20s anymore, and that's exactly what happened with my ex. And so I just don't want that to happen again. And that's what she said. She made all these promises and everything, and it just wasn't great. So
I mean, I don't know what crotchety old lady that you used to date, but I'm not anybody's grandma. Okay.
Yeah, and that ceiling fan, though, Martin.
Yeah.
That ceiling fan comment does nothing for you?
I mean, okay, yeah, it did for sure. But I mean, she's just like my ex. She's talking a big game. Like, it's just talk, you know, and there was no, and I'm just really skeptical that she can back that up.
I have a feeling it's a challenge that she's ready for.
Exactly. I mean, it's something that I'm definitely ready for, but maybe this is something that you're not ready for. Maybe this isn't about me. Maybe you're putting it all on me and you're actually, you know, I don't know, intimidated or threatened.
Yeah, what are you, chicken, Marty? You scared, Marty?
Okay,
good
so this
point.
is like classic. You're trying to spin this around on me as if I'm not the energetic one and I'm not ready for what you have to handle. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
It does, though. It does, though. If you've slept with a guy who's in his early 20s and if you've slept with a guy that's a little bit older than that, it does make sense.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, experience makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and a lot of guys can be very easily threatened by having to do more than just lay there. So, I mean, if that's something that you're into, then maybe we're not going to work out.
What the hell, Patty? Like, I can absolutely bring the power. Like,
Bring the power.
I mean, this is like another one of your manipulative ways. I know that you're just trying to get me riled up. Of course, I have the energy in me, but it is kind of, you know, insulting.
Well, I mean,
for you to
that
say
that remains to be seen.
Yeah,
There is no proof.
All you're saying is words, Marty.
Yeah.
Where's the power?
What
Yeah.
if you're just like her ex, okay, that couldn't bring it?
What are y'all talking about? Like, all she's saying are just words. Like, I can actually prove it.
Oh, okay. Well, then, Martin, how about you prove it? Would you like to go out on a second date with Patty? We will pay for it.
All right, here's the deal. Patty, so you're saying that if we do this, 2 weeks come, like, you're going to, like, the fire's going to still go, and you're not going to be worn out after a while.
Hey, I mean, as long as you bring the tinder, I've got the gasoline.
Oh my God! Dude, is this a second date update or like Brooke and Jubal's like brothel experience? Like, I feel like we're pimps right now.
You know, I could have hooked up with her the first night when we hung out, and I didn't. And that was because I got the sense that she was a little, you know, slower, I guess, older maybe. And I don't know. So if you're going to talk a big game like that and you're ready to bring the fire and, you know, you're actually giving this a fight. You actually called this radio station to get a hold of me. So, sure, yeah, let's make this work.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, sweetie. Well, that's awesome. We'll meet up. Just make sure that you bring the Gatorade so that you can keep your strength up, okay?
Sure. Get those electrolytes in, Martin.
I feel like it needs an energy
Well,
bar.
Yeah, it's a successful second date update.
Cool.
Congratulations, both you guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Wow.
I don't know what that was, Patty, but all I know is I'm going to go take a cold shower now.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Got a text in at 78592. Well, lots of texts in that kind of say the same thing. If Patty ends up getting tired of Martin, they'd be willing to take it for a test run. If you missed today's second date update, Patty, she calls herself a cougar, and she's proud of it. She wanted to call Martin, a dude who's a lot younger than her, because he wasn't calling back after they went out on a date. We got him on the phone, and the reason that he wasn't calling her back was because he felt that he was too young and she couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
And not like he walks faster than her, like she couldn't keep up in the bedroom. Yeah. And then she made a lot of comments about how he can't keep up in the bedroom.
She basically like patted on him. She basically patted him on the head and said, "That's cute, honey."
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's sweet.
I feel like it was reverse psychology on both of them. It's like, no, I'm crazy. No, I'm crazy in bed. Oh, you want to find out?
Yeah, whatever is going to happen is not going to be safe because both of them are going to be trying to prove a point. So good job for those guys because we haven't had a couple actually go out for a second date in a while. We've had a lot of people turn each other down, but
It's going to be steamy.
they are,
I mean,
they're getting together
are we
for a
really
second
going to
date.
pay for a dinner on this one? Because I don't even know that they need that.
Yeah.
Hospital bills.
Yeah.
We'll pay for the hospital bills after one of them sprains an ankle, for sure. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. It is Friday, so Young Jeffrey's Song of the Week is coming up at 8:10.